All right, everyone, this week's Foodie Friday is about eating out. Sorry I look so terrible, but anyway, rough week. Obviously, the big thing that we want to promote in the Unstoppable series, but any type of kind of lifestyle change, is being able to socialise while still making progress. All right, so eating out is quite important. We all like to socialise with our friends and actually live our life, because life is for living. And I'm a very firm believer in that. So a couple of tips, say if you are eating out. So one, this is probably more if you are trying to watch your weight, or be mindful of what you're eating. And that's the biggest thing, being mindful of actually what you're eating. So you've worked hard all week, you've been pretty balanced all week, you've looked after your nutrition. The last thing that you want to do is just every single weekend do really well all week, and then comes to the weekend and you just kind of go drink loads of alcohol, eat breakfast, dinner, lunch out, and then you go, oh, I just snack on chocolate or ice cream, or you got to remember, a lot of restaurants can be quite high in calories, because most of the foods, not all, most of the foods can be quite high in fat, because we all know that fat makes everything taste delicious. And just like the little simple things, by, say, you order a steak, they're going to cook it in oil and butter, which is yum. But in terms of our energy that we're consuming, it's going to really rocket that energy that we've consumed. So it could mean that instead of being in a calorie deficit or maintenance, when you're trying to watch your weight, you might end up in a surplus because you just overindulged at the weekend. So a couple of tips when you're eating out. Is a lot of places you can kind of have a look at the menu online. So you can have a look at the menu online. If it's just kind of like casual eating out, there's a lot of places that offer the actual nutrition. Even some takeaways like GYG do, Grilled offer the nutrition, Nando's offer the nutrition. So you can actually have a look first and just have a look at the different comparisons, and it could help you make a better choice. So it might just be that you really want to eat a cali burrito and you know it's really high in energy, so what can you do for the rest of your day to kind of balance that out, because that's going to be really, really high in energy and sodium and things like that. So you want to have a look at having good nutrition for the rest of your day and actually banking up some of that energy for dinner out, so you can just enjoy it and not feel guilty. Other tips as well, if you go to a restaurant and you're tracking your food, you can choose things on the menu that are kind of by gram. So steaks, that's always by the gram, so you can pick a smaller steak, like an eye fillet is a bit leaner as well. Just remember they're going to have oil and butter with it as well, so you need to make sure you consider that and track that as well, which will take the calories right up. Also, if you wanted to, you don't have to, but say you're going out for breakfast, a really easy one to have out is sourdough and poached eggs. Get the butter on the side, or get some avocado on the side. That's a really easy one to kind of track, and you can just means that you can go out and have breakfast with your friends, and it's just like having normal breakfast, nice healthy breakfast as well. You can also ask them how they cook things. So for instance, if you've got scrambled eggs, you can just ask them, because a lot of them, they will cook them with oil, butter and cream. But, you can just speak to them, pretend you're a fussy eater if you want to. Other things as well, if you are planning going on out, just make sure that you think about actually the energy that you're going to have for dinner. So just make sure that's the priority, because you want to enjoy yourself. But at the same time, if you just eat normal, and then that on top, then that's when you're going to blow out. But if you were mindful of actually you going out for dinner, so you took that into consideration, and instead you had lighter meals in the day, lots of water, lots of veggies, and good amount of protein, when you do go out, you can relax a little bit more. And the other thing that you can do as well is sometimes I get my clients to kind of think of it as like a bank account. So through the week, you've got a certain amount of energy or money to spend. In that money though, you do need to try and focus on protein and fibre as well. But what you can do is you could have a little bit less energy in the week, not much because you don't want to be under eating for performing, but you could have a little bit less each day to account for the weekend and have more calories at the weekend. So just think of it as a spending account. Save through the week and spend wild at weekend. But yeah, that's it. See ya.